Storyteller. Hello everybody, this is Craig Whispering Storyteller and I hope you are well. So happy Sunday, Sunday morning yet again, and I think it's not as early as I normally do my videos, but today I have had a request to actually show you guys what it is that I film with. Now, I've never done a behind the scenes video whatsoever, but I've had a few people who've kindly donated to my channel and they have inquired about what it is that I have and kind of how old is it, does it need replacing. So this is not my usual setup because I haven't got my usual microphone. I'm using a lavalier mic for this, so the sound won't be the same, but I did need to kind of make sure that I had everything so you guys could see. So I opted for this setup for today's video. So I do apologise if the quality isn't quite the same as what it has been in the past. But this is an awkward angle and I need to kind of be able to show you everything. I already did a take of this video trying to do my usual setup and it didn't work because of a number of reasons. One is all of the loud clattering on the table, so I put everything down on the floor in front of me and I'll talk through everything and explain what it is that I have, how long I've had it too. So I do hope you find this informative and relaxing. So here we go. We will start first of all with this. Now this is my everyday stuff, or weekly. Whenever I'm doing any filming, I always make sure I grab this bag because it contains all of the essentials. I got this bag as a gift from my sister a few years ago. So it's got a little front pouch and you can carry it just like a backpack. So first of all, let's have a look inside. Here we go. So first thing is first, my camera. The camera that I use is contained in this case, and if I just unravel this, I bought the case from Amazon and this is the camera itself. It is a Canon G7X. Now for anybody who is familiar with these cameras, they're very popular with vloggers and it's in the PowerShot range of Canon cameras. So the great thing about this is that the screen flips up so we can see the shot as we film it. It's got a very simple interface on the back, just one button for record, and it records in a nice HD, which is 1080p. So this camera is about 7-year-old now, I think. I've had this camera for a long time now, and it is aging very much now. It's the only one that I have. I bought 3 batteries. So this one came with the actual camera. they don't last very long, so I bought another 2 cheaper replacement batteries, one which is broken. As the batteries literally don't last long at all. One thing I did invest in was to buy a cable for continuous power. So this plugs into the mains here. That's a UK adapter. A lot of my American friends will think that looks rather strange. It's got 3 prongs rather than 2. But that's what we use here in the United Kingdom. So that will kind of go in there, and it will give me power, continuous power, without having to worry about batteries. So the problem with this camera now is the autofocus. Just get myself a bit more comfortable. So the autofocus is a big problem. It takes a while if you move to get back into focus. It's one of the much debated problems of this particular camera. So I am looking to replace this with either the G7X Mark II, which is the next one up from this, which is now 6-year-old itself, and there is the G7X Mark III, which is about 3-year-old. They are under £1,000, I think, but that might have to be my next purchase, would be a new camera, because if this one went off, I wouldn't have another camera apart from this smartphone. My dream camera is the Sony range, which has this beautiful autofocus and interchangeable lens, and would really up my game when it comes to making videos. So I do need to have another camera pretty soon, I think. Definitely with this one being so old, just in case it did go off. Yeah, this case that I bought, I've just had to super glue it because it actually is attached to the sides, and this came off. This part came off itself, so I've had to super glue it back down. So there is my camera, the G7X. Lovely camera, but now old, needs replacing, or maybe having a secondary camera itself. There's a lot of refurbed cameras I know that are available as well, a lot cheaper, and I'll certainly look into that too. The only other camera that I have is this, which is a Polaroid Cube. This is the camera that I used in the driving video. So it's got a magnetic base and it kind of sticks to anything metal. Would even stick to that. Anything metal it sticks to. And doesn't stick to that. So yeah, on top of cars, the sound is abysmal. But the video itself is fine for what it is. It was kind of an early competition to the GoPro, but these are discontinued now, generally because of the sound. But I do like these little cameras, but they are inferior to GoPros for sure. That's definite. That's a definite. But I've got that as another camera as well. But I wouldn't use this just to film an ASMR video. It's more of an action camera. something you would take out and about and get some funky shots. So that's the Polaroid Cube, the two cameras that I have. When it comes to sound, this is my main baby, if you like. This is the H4n, and a lot of you guys really like me to talk into this. So this is quite old now. It's 10-year-old, a decade old, and still going strong. Again, the problem is, if anything ever happened to this, I would be stuck. I would be stuck high and dry. And it is starting to look its age now. So if I take that off, I bought this little windshield for it, which just takes away some of the ambient sound and certainly some of the plosives when you're speaking, because I talk into this quite closely. Few problems I'm having with this now. One is this handle. Now, many years ago, about 8 years ago, I was making a video for my current job at the time, and I stuck in this so I could hold it, because what I often do is stick that into a microphone stand and it holds it for me. But when I went to kind of unscrew everything, I found that this hot shoe mount won't come out. I've tried all sorts. I've been yanking at it over the years. I've had pliers. I've had all sorts of guys saying, give that to me, I'll get it out for you. And it hasn't come out. It's supposed to sit in this carry case, like that. But unfortunately, I can't close it because this thing is not going to come out. It's stuck. I think the thread of the screw has broken. So it's been in there for 8 years now. 8 long years. And it's looking a bit battered and worn. It's really been through the wars, this. And the SD card goes in there, but I've lost the front of it. The little door. So now you've got to keep the SD card pushed in until it starts to read it. But sometimes it says there's no card. You've got to keep trying to insert it again and pushing it in. And eventually it does work. But again, this goes from battery. They're dead, by the way. I'll take those out. They go from battery, but I've also got a continuous power adapter. So these trays, one is for my audio equipment and one is for my camera equipment. So I did buy it's actually out, it's here. There it is, sorry. I did buy a continuous power, so without using batteries, I can actually power this up from the mains. But it is on its way out, I think. Things are starting to go wrong with it. It's very old now. I do need something else to be able to record my sound on, because this is the only recording device I have. Microphones connect to it via this. That goes in there like that, and you would plug in your external microphone and record it on this. I'll explain a little bit more about the mics that I have, but this is the only recorder that I have. And with it being a decade old, and with it having problems kind of now, I'm foreseeing that very soon, maybe this might have to go to the H4N graveyard, but it has been a very, very loyal friend. And I started using this back in my original run. You remember my original ASMR videos from 2011 to 2014. I used this all the way through, majority of those. And I've made lots of videos for my work. So it's been a trusted friend. So there's lots of further zooms on the market now. So this is the H4N, there's the H5, H6, I think it goes on and on. There's even more microphone inputs in some of them now. But my absolute dream, because I can dream, can't I, is the Rodecaster 2. The Rodecaster 2 is this remarkable industry-leading interface recording device all in one. It is absolutely tremendous for vocals. It records onto an SD card a little bit like this, but you can have a full mic setup. You can mix the setup. The audio quality is absolutely outstanding. So I think if I was to have a Rodecaster 2, that would be just the ultimate step up, from having something like this. But even another one of these as a replacement, as a backup, would be welcome, of course, or any of the Zooms. So that is my recording device. That's where I record my sound onto. Looking at what microphones I have. So I've got what I'm using at the minute, which is a little lavalier mic, which plugs directly into the phone I'm using, my smartphone, or I can do it into this. This is so versatile. But I can also record into this by using a little connection which goes into this, and the little lavalier mic will connect to that, and yep. So the biggie that I have microphone wise is this. So sorry, before I get to this, I'll talk about this. So shortly afterwards, in 2014, I purchased this, which is an MXL 990 condenser microphone. It was the first ever kind of condenser microphone that I ever owned. It was pretty cheap even back in the day. So this is what, 8 years old now. It connects to the H4N, and it's got this really cool little shock mount. It's really heavy. So that kind of sits in there like that. So these are super cheap for condenser microphones, and that will connect to that and you can talk into it. I thought that was great for an entry-level condenser microphone, and I did use it from time to time. I even bought one of these pop filters that kind of go over there like that. Yeah, but the sound quality, not the best by a long shot, but as a backup microphone, I would definitely use that. I have used it in the past. I'll try and link a video where I've used this in the past. Just put this back in there. comes in this nice little carry case, which is really, really impressive. But the mic itself isn't great quality, isn't fantastic. It's very on the lower end and kind of what you would expect. You get what you pay for. So I returned to ASMR in 2020, as you know, and my siblings gathered together and bought me this for Christmas. 2020 Christmas. And it was this lovely Sennheiser MK4, which is absolutely amazing. Comes with this cool little bag. And again, it's really weighty, and again connects quite easily to the H4n and records beautiful crisp vocals. Now I had a video where I tried both of these, that and this, either side of me, left to right, but the sound from this was just far too inferior. There was kind of an imbalance of quality. And so ideally I would have another one of these microphones so I could do some really nice ear-to-ear whispers. The quality would be amazing, I've got no doubt about it, but these are quite pricey, and I haven't gotten round to purchasing another one yet. So that's the Sennheiser MK4, which is my really good mic, if you like. I do get a lot of feedback from just talking into this. A lot of people really love me just speaking into this, which is what I do most weeks. This one here is my brother's microphone. I've just had it for a few years now, but I need to give him this back. This is a shotgun microphone. It's about 10-year-old. So that connects to a boom pole, and that connects to this. And that connects to this. So that's another mic, but it doesn't belong to me. Not great for ASMR. I have used this a number of times for some videos, but it's a little bit muffled. It's ideal for anything, a spoken voice, but not a whisper or a soft spoken. It just sounds a little bit muffled for my liking. But this isn't mine actually. And the zip's broken on the back. But I do keep this in there, especially if I'm doing any work-related videos. I use that to connect to a boom. So what else is in my audio box here? So it's XLR cables. So these blue ones are really good quality. They do vary in quality. These ones here are cheaper, and you can really tell the difference to those when they're in. So bad quality one, you might get some hiss that you can't seem to erase. So they're XLR cables. My pop filters are in there. I've got two, which I'd use for two of those microphones. except one is obviously not very good quality. And that's it for my audio box, because it's just, heads for tripods, for mic stands, etc. These here are pop filters. So again, they take all the plosives out of when you speak. They are great to have. I got two because the idea was to have the two microphones again, but until I get another good quality mic, that's when I'll return to ear-to-ear whispers. I mean, this does ear-to-ear, but not true ear-to-ear. It's just the microphones. One faces that way, one faces that way. Left my bag outside of the box. This is my camera box. These are all just camera accessories. Not much to shout about really in there, just cables for the continuous power supply. I've got my book of SD cards, which I think I've used before in ASMR videos. And just connections for some of the mic stands. Now, with some of the kind donations I've received so far, what I did invest in is the one thing I didn't have. Okay, so before I did start to get donations, when it came to lighting, I didn't really understand it. It was a little bit too big a subject for me. So I purchased this kind of in 2020 when I returned. And this is a standard ring light from Amazon. There's lots of them, they're quite cheap. But the idea was this could give me a bounce light for the natural light from the window, which is like here. And on an evening I could just kind of put either my camera or my phone behind it. I don't generally use my smartphone, so I normally just tuck that out the way. I was even going to cut that off, and I'd normally put my camera here on the tripod. But it always looks so natural and doesn't really do the job. So when I started getting some funding, some donations, top of the tree as a priority was lighting. So I purchased these three. First of all, I purchased this, which is a Godox SL60W video light. And this is a really nice introductory video light. So it connects to a tripod like that, like so, twists round, And I have a big umbrella or softbox that this connects onto, and I've also got a diffuser and a honeycomb cover to give it like a nice soft diffused light over my face, and I think the difference is absolutely remarkable. I don't know if you've noticed in the recent videos, but there is a massive difference with the quality of lighting. So it's all remote controlled with this, and you can control the temperature, and honestly I love it so much. It's been a fantastic buy. It really makes the difference, and it's all down to my kind donations that have helped me to purchase this. So thank you. The other thing I bought was I use this as a key light. So that is my main light. I use this as a key light. And this is this beautiful box that just lights up. It's got this lovely diffuser on there, but you can take it off for a harsher light. And there you can go through any colour. You can select the intensity. You can. It's really versatile with lots of different settings. I've got one of these as a key light for that, but I would love more of these. These are brilliant. You could use these as hair lights, as accent lights in the background, and it doesn't half throw some light out. I absolutely adore these lights. Best buy I've probably ever made to help with these videos, and this is a VIJIM, so I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure where it's from. China. Yeah, it's a Chinese product. So it's an RGB video light. Again, I'll put all these links in the description. If you're interested to get them for your videos, or if you wanted to support me to get more, all these links for every item I will put in the description for you to view. But you can't have too many of these. These are absolutely amazing, versatile lights. I adore them, and the feel have really made me level up already. Of course, a lot of ASMR artists probably already use a lot more elaborate setups than I do, but this is what I do, and I think I'm doing fine. This is a reflector, so if you get a situation where you want a more subdued light, this just bounces the light from that, and you get this lovely cool metallic bounce light. And on the reverse is a gold, which gives a more warmer light if you have a warmer temperature on the actual video light itself. So that is also a potential use over that, just depending on the lighting setup. So all these three have been introduced from donations. So that's been a massive upgrade from this. So, yep. The other items I have, which I've purchased over the years, are green screens. I've got a nice green blanket here with some clips to attach to things. And I've got this really big green screen. It's really, really big. It can take up the entire wall. But it's very creased and wrinkled, so sometimes it's good just to run an iron over it. I put it on the board behind me when I'm doing green screen. Isn't always a great result because of, I think it's the lighting. I think I do need more lighting to support with green screen, because you need to illuminate the green screen as well as me as the subject. So I think for me, my go-to devices are, in priority, is a new recording device, another great quality microphone to give the ear to ear, and maybe some video lights to improve the lighting for green screen use. And guys, that is everything I have. The only other thing I can show you is these. So if I just get this and sweep this over, there we go. So I have this microphone stand. It really comes in handy because that allows me to stick my recording device on there, and I can kind of put it above me. That's a regular microphone stand, but there's a real weakness in the metal here. You can see where it's so thin that sometimes it bends over, and there's a real weakness in it. You can see it's going to go at any point. So microphone stands are always so handy to have replacements of. This item here, now I did purchase a heavy duty boom pole, thinking it would come with a stand. It's like pure metal, it isn't plastic or anything or flimsy like this one. But when it came, it was just literally this part. It's just literally the actual pole, not the stand. So I do need to purchase the stand to go with this, that which will allow me to use as a versatile boom pole for a microphone or a softbox. I've even got some clamps to kind of attach additional things onto it. So I do need the stand to go with this. And other items are just regular tripods, which you can stick, see that little RGB light that I mentioned. I can stick them on there and dot them around, either behind me or either side of me. So you can never have too many of these regular, basic tripods. Don't have to be sexy or, put twisting head. Just, that would do me. Just some of those. The other item I have, if I just twist around here. Oh, there's my board. So when you guys see me do my videos, it's normally, hold on, got a bit of a tangle here. That's what you normally see behind me. Yeah, but this is what's behind the camera. And I have this big board, and it's kind of got all of my ideas on, or scribbles. This item here is a stand for my camera. So my camera sometimes just attaches to the top of there. That at the minute is for the phone. So if I was to take that off, because I did make a video earlier using this setup, using my phone, but it didn't work out. But my G7X camera would normally just fix on there, but it's not overhead. if I want to do overhead, I've just got a little bit of a twist forward, but it doesn't give me a true overhead. So sometimes when I read books or I might want to look at something, it isn't a true overhead. So an overhead desk stand would kind of have a little bit of an area that comes out, so you can have a camera facing downwards. So an overhead desk mount would also be a lovely thing I would need and maybe will buy. I've also got this little tripod. It looks like something from War of the Worlds. A big kind of thing with wobbly legs like that. That is really cool because I can just put my microphone in various positions. Don't use it very often, but now and again I do. These are my keyboards, so I use a MacBook to edit. And the MacBook is 10-year-old. These items are the original keyboard for the Mac, which doesn't work. I think there's about 3 keys that don't work. I've got a track pad there that doesn't work either. They need replacing, and I've got a really cheap Amazon keyboard just to get me through. So these are all things that I'm hoping to replace. But other than that, the only other thing I have, if I take this camera, this smartphone off this that it's been on, is these little desk mounts. So I use these. I normally put my mic on one, so my H4n on one of them, and I put a desk light. I put this light on this one, camera there, and then I'm good to go. And there's my background, my familiar background. So there is my stuff, and there's my other part of the stuff, and this is my room. My room that you guys are probably more familiar with. Things on my shelf. My Kermit, who just appears in just about every video I do. So that's about it, guys. Like I said earlier, I will put all descriptions in the links in the description, should I say. And yeah, if you found this interesting, relaxing, fantastic, great news, if you are inspired, follow the links, you can see what I have. And if you wanted to even donate or help me, support me in any way you can, I'm absolutely over the moon with that, and I'm so pleased with the support I've had so far to get these. So guys, I will bid you adieu, and I will see you very soon, and thank you ever so much. Have a fantastic week. Bye.